stamps and paper and maybe something else as well today. I don't know. Anyway, welcome if you're watching on the replay. It's always great to hear that you guys have enjoyed my videos, even if you can't get to the lives. But if you can get to the live, that's fantastic. Do say hello. It'd be great to hear from you. Right, I'm just trying to, I've got a laptop in front of me today because I've just been using it for something. So I'm going to make sure that you can't hear the laptop, because then that would be a bit embarrassing and you'll hear me twice. I'm just getting the laptop up so that I can see your comments. So great to have you here. Hi, Martina and Liz. Yes, I sent you personal messages rather than doing the WhatsApp. That's why you're here. But yeah, it's a bit, I don't know what's going on with WhatsApp at the moment. I might have to create a new group. Right, so this idea came to me today or yesterday, I think, for creating masculine backgrounds. And I've not stuck them down. I've had a little play and I'm hoping it's going to work. All right. So for this technique, you will need some card and paper. If you want them to be coordinating, then it will create a more cohesive look. If you don't want them to coordinate, then and have fun, just go for it and see what happens. So the other ones, I've already pre-cut a few things. But for this one to start off with, I'm going to use this patterned paper. And I have pre-cut some, now let me just check the measurements of these. I think these are 2 centimetre. Yep, so these are 2 centimetre strips. And I've got a 1 centimetre strip and 1/2 centimetre strip. And you're basically going to see me do some gluing. And we're going to do a basic design to start off with. And then we might mix it up a little bit. So if you have some grid paper, it kind of makes the process a little bit easier. I can see that I've got 7 people watching. Now this is really bizarre because usually at this point I usually have lots more than this watching, so I'm really not quite sure what's going on here. But maybe if I share it to my YouTube page, I might get a few more people. I'm really not sure what's going on here. It's all very odd. Just going to type something and post that. That's really strange. Normally it all goes out. So I don't know if it's shown up on my Facebook or what. But anyway, we'll see. I'll have a quick look at Artful Stampin. Yeah, I am on there, but anyway, okay, well hopefully a few more people will join us, but we'll keep going. Okay, so I've got a piece of paper that has been cut ready to stick onto a card base. So whatever your card base is, just cut a piece that's a little bit smaller and then cut some strips. So in terms of, if you're doing this in inches, this measures about 3/4 of an inch. All right. Technique is boycotting you. Yeah, possibly. Hi Kathy, lovely to see you. Right, sorry, I keep moving my paper and I really shouldn't, because I want to start laying these down. So there we go. Right. So I'm aiming to have this in a straight line to start off with, because as I said, this is a new technique to me. I've never done it myself, and I don't think I've seen anybody else do it. So we'll see. If you have, then please let me know. I've just realised I've got a bit of glue on here. So right, then I want to put a strip there. I'm just going to add that piece to there. I'm going to move that over because I need to fit 3 in. I'd really like to get 3 on here. I guess if I don't, I don't, but that's what I would like to do. And then, do you think I'll be able to fit another one in there? Maybe not. Okay, we'll just go with that. That's fine. And then I'm going to put some across here. Maybe we'll just go for the 2 long ways and 2 downwards. And we're giving that a good push down because we've got sort of double layer here to get this glue through. And then maybe a piece there. Actually, I should do that the same. I'm doing that the same width apart. Okay, so easy so far. So then I'm going to take the piece that I cut that was a little bit smaller, and I'm then going to pass that through the middle of the grey pieces that I've already put on. So that one goes there. So in terms of actual technicality, it's actually quite basic. It's just different size strips of paper being stuck down onto a background. Okay. Now I know I've got two longer pieces here that I don't actually need these to be that long. So I'm actually going to trim that now. And I may as well trim these pieces here as well, because I'm not going to need those. And then, oh, thank you, Janet. We're not weaving. We are just going to keep laying them on because I want the effect to be a bit like a plaid pattern. So I'm not going to weave, I'm literally just going to place on top of each other. But the key is to do it layer by layer, that you put your first layer down and then you put your second layer on top. Okay. Right, I've ended up with glue everywhere, but never mind. Right, and then I've got my final piece, and that is going to go over the top like this. So this, you just have to put very, very gently the glue on. You do not need to put flood loads of glue. It's just very, very small amounts of glue. And take your time then to rub and make sure it's properly adhered. Oh, you got your order yesterday. What's the date? Oh, the post came yesterday, Vanessa. Really? Wow. These postmen are working so hard right now. You know what? I meant to do this last year, but I think I definitely will do it this year. I'm going to have a basket of treats for my post people. I'm going to put some wrapped biscuits and things in a bag and have it by my front door because they are working so hard, aren't they? You made a right mess earlier, did you, Anna? What did you do? Oh, sorry, Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa, I've gone and done it again. I thought you were the other Vanessa. You got your parcel. Okay. Is that a Stampin' Up parcel? Now I remember. It's Vanessa in Australia, not Vanessa in Wales. Sorry, I just see the word Vanessa and because you mentioned the word parcel and I knew that I'd sent the other Vanessa a parcel, I just put the two together, not thinking. Sorry. Okay, so this was my first go at this technique, so I don't mind if you don't like it. It's a growing technique. I'm just figuring it out. Okay. Right. So the idea is to make a very graphic, kind of funky background, and then all you need is perhaps 1 sentiment or a sentiment focal point and you're done, because there's so much detail kind of in there like that. Okay, so the idea was to create this kind of like cool plaid pattern. All right, so now I'm going to have another go, but with different colours and different widths, and just have a play with how it's all going to work out. So here I've got a piece of, what colour cardstock is this? I think this is Daffodil Delight. And I have some bumblebee strips here. And this time I think I will definitely try and get the three in. See what happens. So we're just gonna line this up with the line on my grid paper, just so that it's easy to line them up across there like that. This time I think I'm going to go for a thinner gap between them, just because, you know, just play with it. I just love the fact that these are just strips or stripes, and you can create such different looks depending on the colours and the widths and all that kind of thing. It's a sort of crafting you can do when your brain is a bit addled and you can't really I don't know, it's great to have a technique to go to that you can create such different looks with, but not have to overthink it, if that makes sense. Okay. So, oh, actually no, I think I'm going to put the glue on my card this time. Hi Delinda, hi Glenna, hi Wendy, Anna, Cindy. Great to see you guys. And these could be used for ladies' cards as well, don't get me wrong. I just wanted to do a technique that was like definitely masculine. There was Janice made a little comment on Saturday about my masculines, how they end up sometimes looking a bit girly and with flowers, and I'm like, so true. So I thought I'd better make an effort make an effort today. And then we were talking about there's a new stamp that's coming that's got a hot air balloon in it. Well, I found a really shabby chic with flowers hot air balloon card on Pinterest over the weekend, and I sent it to Janice saying, this is how I'd make a hot air balloon look. It was all kind of girly and pretty. Oh, Martina. Ladies' cards, not parts. Okay. Right, so that's the first layer down. You see what I mean about, you could do weaving and you could stick them in different orders, but by doing it this way, I'm going for a very particular look. All right, and it will reveal itself as you see more of me doing it. You don't get that plaid effect if you, like if we were to stick all the down ones and then the ones across, you wouldn't get this kind of like meeting of colour. So that's why I'm doing this in a very specific way. Okay, so these ones now go across the middle. Actually, it's still easier to put it on here. Oh, it's quite therapeutic, this. Once you get into the rhythm of it. Oh, is Ellen on at the moment? Oh, bless her. Is she on Facebook? Oh, I'm braving it. I'm putting the glue across. Ah, okay, Martina. So you've always, what did you say? You've always woven it. Well, I've got an idea in a minute to make it even more dimensional. But we'll finish this one and then I'll bring the next one on. Because I knew this was going to take a bit of time to cut out, I cut these out before coming on. Just so that I could get on and play. Oh, bless her. Okay, and again, just trim off the excess. All right. Okay, so this is all about making backgrounds. I'm not necessarily going to be making finished cards today, guys, but it's all about playing with the colours. So here's another one that I've cut ready, but this is to make a slimline card. And I have an idea about making this a bit 3D. So I'm going to stick the first layers down. I'll just have a look at my placement of these. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So I think I'd like to have them a bit sort of spaced out. You know what, I think I might just use my centimetres. I think if you're cutting in centimetres, it makes more sense to use the centimetre grid paper. So let's see if I can get this a bit more equally spaced. So let's go there. Oh, stop moving. You know what, I'm going to get some washi tape and just stick it down. Dropping the lid. Okay, I've just realised that's not quite. There we go. Get a bit closer in. There we go. Oh, that's good, Delinda. She'd been missing a week. Oh, bless her. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so that one there, that's a centimetre away from the edge. If I do that one, that's a centimetre away from the edge. Put that one there. No, I think I'll go with half a centimetre. Half. Yeah, we'll go with that, shall we? Okay, so let's stick this down. So if you missed this afternoon's little stamping session, guys, I stamped some tags because I was in desperate need of some. I haven't even taken photos of them. I think I'm just going to have to grab a screenshot off my video. Oh, this grid paper does make it easier. I mean, sometimes you can eyeball it and you think, oh yeah, I can do this. But having the grid does help. Alright, and then we have 3 here. I quite like the idea of these being, again, quite close together. So there's a centimetre between these. While I'm holding that one down, I'm just going to be putting the glue on for the next one. Try and move a bit quicker. I just like the idea of there being a really very prominent square, it being a square, proper square, a square square, a square square in the middle. It just gives me a lot of satisfaction. Okay, so then my idea was to use the sticky strips and start building it up. Woohoo! Exciting times, guys, exciting times. So I'm just going to cut my sticky strip. So did you know we sell this stuff in the catalogue? It's basically, it's like dimensionals but thicker. Oh, wrong, no, I didn't want that one cut there. Oh well, never mind, I've done it now. So I'm going to lay that down like that. And that one up there. Oh, wrong way around. That would help that way, wouldn't it? I'm going to take one of these. Lay this down. Cut that off. Put that one there. So this is how to create a really groovy dimensional. Or dimension rather, not dimensional. Pop that back there. And then while I'm here, I'm actually going to create the ones that will go in between. So 1, 2, 3, cut those off. Pop that in here. You see how I'm stepping it up, guys? You know, you thought this was going to be a bit boring, but you know, we're adding dimension. Yep, enhancing the technique. Just going to cut a bit off that one. Just pop it over by the side here. Ooh, no, don't come away. And then I think we probably do need some little pieces either side, don't we? There we go. And cut a couple of these for the sides. Now, the only bugbear I have is that these are white and we've got quite dark cardstock, so but never mind. Hopefully they'll appreciate the dimension that we're building to this. So then take all the layers of paper off the top so that to reveal the sticky surface. Now we do actually have a die that cuts something very similar to this, but I've not got it, and I've not seen many people play with it yet. I think I've seen a few people use it perhaps for backgrounds, but it's quite a cool die. Okay, I'm just checking everything's sticky. Right, now the next layer. So that layer was Blackberry Bliss and the underneath layer was Mint Macaron. So, oh, I'm going to have to just do that. Tilt you for a second, guys, because I've got to get my head right under here. Right, you can come back again now. Because there's a shadow you see being cast. I know what, I'm going to take this off because there's a shadow being cast and it's on Blackberry Bliss, so it's really hard to tell where I'm meant to be putting it. So I'm going to just stick that down. Ah, you see I've already got it slightly ski whiff, so I'm just going to peel that back up a second. Okay. my fingers are sticking to it now. Okay, that's better. Because my light source is from over there. This was causing a shadow, so I couldn't see what I was doing. Okay, that's better, because the light's making it easier for me to see what I'm doing now. Okay. Oh, wait, what is Ruth making? I don't know, Christine. I'm making a pattern. No, I'm trying to make a masculine sort of pattern where the pattern really is the kind of the really interesting part of the card, and then you can just add a simple sentiment to make it into whatever you want to make it. Oh, now that's a bit short. I don't know if that's quite... That's too short. I'm going to cut more pieces because I don't like that. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, I just so happen to have some pieces. Oh, they're a little bit wide, but... So I need 1.5 centimetre pieces. Bear with, just got to cut this. That's one. Two. Just cut this down. 1.5. Oops. As I move my blade, it just moved the whole piece of card because I wasn't holding it down tight enough. Right, hold it tight. Right, there we go. Oh, this looks so cool. Right, if I just lift those off, you'll be able to see it. I'll lift it up so you can see. Look at that, you start seeing the dimension behind it. All right, now the last piece this is Purple Posy. Now I'm thinking of going for it and layering this up as well. Or do you think I should stop there? I'll do that on the next one. It's just so cool. I think layer it up. It's just fabulous. I'm going to go for it. Okay, so another layer. Oh, that one moved. Right, come on. It could probably have done with a little spot of glue actually where the pieces meet, where they collide. But this layer is actually helping to stick it all in place as well, to be honest. So I'll pop a piece in there. Right. Hi, Mindy. It was, wasn't it? Could you always draw it in bar space with scripting and put a bit of texture to shine through? Yeah. Well, I started off thinking about doing it plain, and then that's why I ended up doing a bit on designer series paper, because it's a great way to use up your papers as well. And I quite like the boldness of just the plain card. It looks cool. Oop. Oop. Woo! These bits seem to just fly off when you cut them. This is definitely not a one-sheet wonder by any means, guys. This is definitely a technique-based video today. So I don't know what we're going to call this. Dimensional plaid? What do you think we should call this technique? Oops. Come on. Down you go. Do men like gold flakes? Oh, we could put gold flakes, yeah. Sure. My kids were watching, there's a video, a YouTube tuber called Mr. Beast. And he's well known for spending a lot of money during his videos. And there was one video where they ate different priced foods, going from like $1 up to, oh, it was ridiculous. It was like $100,000 pizza or two. Oh, it was just ridiculous. Or was it a $60,000? Oh, it was just. It had gold flakes on it, and they were having like $200 meals and $300 pieces of meat. And but yeah, that had gold flakes on it. That pizza, that very, very, very expensive pizza. Oop. Okay, it's going down. Right, that's one. Two. I like the idea also of playing with this kind of ombre effect as well. Three. This is a piece of artwork, guys, you know? This is like a paper sculpture. Oh, I am going to dab just a spot of blue just where they intersect there. Just to make sure it stays in place. Okay, right, let's trim it and see what happens. It's quite a few layers to trim. Maybe I should trimmed it as I went along. Yeah, I think I should have trimmed it as I went along so I wasn't cutting through all that. It's not recommended to ingest gold. Well, I wasn't sure about how safe it was. I mean, I presume it just sort of makes its way back out of you, really, but what a waste of money. Oops. Guys, look at the dimension on that. Isn't that cool? This is a sort of card you'd give like a designer. You know, someone who's maybe into architecture or, you know, an engineer. Or just somebody who would appreciate it. Because, can you see the dimension in that? It's just so cool. And then when you sort of, yeah, it's fab. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I don't know what base I'd put this on. Actually, I think whatever base I put it on, I wouldn't want it to detract from the purple, so I'd probably put it on, I don't know, soft sea foam or another piece of mint macaron, just to, I don't know. That is so cool. There we go. An architect, yes, definitely. Right, I've got one last package here to have another play with. I can't remember what I did on this one now. So this is, I think this is Bumblebee. Oh, I've definitely gone ombre. So I've gone mint macaron, then just jade, then pretty peacock. So I've gone the opposite. So rather than going dark to light, I've gone light to dark. Okay, so this is the last one. So now the last one, I stuck the first layer down. So I guess this time I could use dimensionals instead. Ooh, I've only got one of those big ones. I've got 1, 2, 3. Ooh. I was meant to have more pieces. I was meant to have another piece of mint macaron. Oh, is this it here? Oh, here we go. Found it. There we go. Okay, maybe what we'll do this time is just do 2. Have 2 there and have 2 there. So we create a focal point down in this. Now you can put art into one of the squares. Yeah. That's a good idea. I'm just going to pop that there just to hold it in place for a sec. Hi, Jane. Yeah, or a cream base. Yeah, something that's not going to draw the eye away too much. Oh, right. I was going to use our normal dimensionals just to get this layer down. If I can find my dimensionals, where have they gone? Oh, here they are. Okay, so if you don't have those great big long dimensionals, you can just use your normal ones, but you will need to use quite a few. Or you can use up those strips at the side that, you know, when they need using up, you could use one of those. So welcome if it's the first time you've come to my channel, and please do subscribe if you've liked what you see. I try and create a variety of different videos with lots of different types of techniques, but I am sort of known for stamped one sheet wonders, which is where I stamp a whole sheet of paper and then cut it up and use it to make cards. So if you've arrived here looking for me to do that, then sorry, that's not what I'm doing today, but do check out some of my other videos. Right, I fancy putting this one quite close. There we go. So now I'll go that one in that way. Yeah. Night, Liz, take care. Now I can put an ant in the squares. Yes, I could do. Rest well, Liz. Okay, and then I just want 1/2 centimetre space between these two. Okay, and then we've got the next layer is just jade. There we go. And to make my life easier, I'm just going to use one of these strips. Oh, and I must remember to cut a piece off, or cut the edges off rather, before I stick this on. Okay, there we go. Right, I'm just going to lift that off to do my snipping now before it all gets too thick and unbearable. So just follow the line of the card base. Oh, that's cute, Linda. Can you read to all of us as well? Are you behaving yourself, Linda? You're not going to get chucked out of your own Zoom meeting. So there we are, guys. A bit of a different video for tonight. And if you want to make suggestions about perhaps where you would put the sentiments or how you would finish these off, please do. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this. And I'm quite fascinated, really, in terms of the possibilities of the patterns and what you could create. So here's my Just Jade layer. It really is so simple. That one needs moving over, I've just seen. There we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, so exciting. Oh, this is not quite on properly. Okay, then snip, snip. So you kind of have to sort of squeeze the layers down to make it a bit easier to sort of see what you're doing. Right, do I go for triple layers, guys? Do you think I should layer this one up now as well? Or shall I just have it flat on? What do you think? Yes, says Mindy. What, layer it up, go for it. Okay, last layer. This is a good way to use up your sticky strips, or sticky, whatever they're called. Oh my goodness, Martine, it's all go at your house, isn't it? Yes, it is a way to deal with your growing scraps folder. Absolutely. See, I'm interested to start using patterned paper to see what happens. But I think if you do use patterned, you're going to have to mix it with plain, because otherwise it's just too much for the mind, too much for the eyes. That's why I think with the first one, I just kept it very simple with the patterned paper to see how it would look. Because there's a beauty in this one, in, you know, the simplicity of all this plain strips. Right, so lay that one on top of there. And there we go. Oh, no, I wondered why that was slipping around, because I hadn't taken the thing off. Okay. Easy does it. And then because it's the last layer, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, just a tiny dot, just to fasten that off really well. Okay. Well, this one's got a bit of an overhang of the... Right, let me just peel that back. Actually, I'm going to put I think I'm going to put a longer strip on that one. I'll just cut that piece off because... Right, there we go. Hey, how cool is that? I'll have to make a 3D envelope. Yes, probably. Yeah. Oh, these are so fun. Oops, sorry. Just trying to pull you guys out a bit. There we go. That's better. Look at that. You see the dimension on that. Right, while you're telling me what you think of these, I'll grab some other bits of card and see if I can make the base for these. No, that's not big enough. That one could probably just go on either a bumblebee or daffodil delight. green ones like on soft sea foam. That's cool. So that one, I stuck it directly onto a card base. So that was already a card base. Now I'm fascinated to maybe put a darker brown on this now and layer it up a bit. And then this was the first one done with patterned paper. Okay, so have you actually burnt yourself, Martina? Yeah, put some, yeah, well, not an ice cube because you don't want to burn the rest of the skin, but just put it in some cold water. Okay, so this measures 9 centimeters wide, so we'll just go for a little bit all the way around. So 9.5, I'll score there, and fold it under and cut at 9.5. Oh, yes, that's a great idea, Anna. Anna, you're fixated with copper at the moment, aren't you? But in a good way. That would look so cool. Okay, so that one goes nicely on there. That's cool. Right, let's do this one. Just check the... Which one on white? I haven't put it on white. It's soft sea foam, Glenna. Do you mean you would like to see it on white? What did I just do? It's crazy, isn't it? I can cut something and then immediately forget what size I cut it at. 9.5. Okay. Just need 0.5 centimetre off here. It could be just the brightness of my light, to be honest, Glenna. It's all right. There we go. So that's the yellow one. Right, let's get some copper out. I did have my copper sheets, the brushed copper that are in the, it's in the autumn winter catalogue. Right, so these are centimetre long at the top. So if I do these at 0.5 centimetre, oh, they'll look fabulous. Actually, let me just check. Yeah, I'm just thinking, will my sticky strip be fine? Yeah, it should be. So I'm going to cut these at 0.5 centimetre widths. Cut 3 of those. Where's my sticky strips gone? Oh, they were here a minute ago. Oh, I'll have to get the other pack out. So they come in packs of 2, these. So you do get an awful lot. I mean, I know I've just used an awful lot, but you do get an awful lot in the pack. Okay. I really like having cut gold strips to use. Yeah, they're such a simple way to embellish a card, aren't they? Okay, I'm just going to pop these quite close to the edge so that I then don't have to put them too close into the ones that I've already got before. Oh. Hi, Janice. So I know this bit is a little bit laborious, but it is so worth it. And you've watched me do this in real time. I'm nearly at an hour, and okay, yes, maybe I took about half an hour to cut everything up before I came live, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 super funky cards out of this. So if you're going to perhaps do this technique, it's worth spending the time cutting the strips, or just as you have strip wastage from your card making, just try and keep them sort of organised, and that way, you know, when you come to do a technique like this, everything's there. Now, the one thing I haven't tried doing, which I did think of doing, but I might do it another day, is just a bit of a jumble one. Just see what happens by jumbling it up a bit, you know, not being so rigid. So, okay, so that's all of those on. I'm going to start now taking off the backing, or the top. I don't know, do you call it the backing? No, I've taken the backing off already. Well, no, I took the strip off the backing. Oh, I don't know. These things, you know, they could keep you up at night thinking about the right words. I'm going to sit down because I'm bending over. I'm like, why is my back hurting? Oh, it's because I'm standing up. Right, they're all off. Now, the blingy moment. I've just looked at that. These are all different sizes. That's not good, is it? I was trying to cut them all the same size. I think I must have moved it when I had it on here. Right, that is 1/2 centimetre. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'd get away with that. Okay. It's gonna kick it up a notch, yes it is. I'm just gonna bring you guys to the side for a sec so that I can get my head under here. Janice, I mentioned you earlier. Did you hear me? I was talking about how you said that some of my masculine Mondays ended up being flowery. So I thought today I'd make sure this wasn't flowery. I'm going to put that one on again because I'm using such a thin strip of the copper. If it's out just a little bit, it's showing underneath. So, got to make sure you've got it aligned properly. There we go. Now this is quite a nice, happy, bright card, isn't it? But can you imagine this, like red and green? You could make a fabulous sort of fabulous Christmas, modern Christmas looking card, you know. Oh, the possibilities are endless. You see, I can't wait to then plonk a flower in the middle of it. That's what I'm itching to do. You know me and geometrics. Oh, look at that. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Apologies again for my atrocious nail varnish as well. Have I got the cog dies? No, I don't. See, I'd want to put a little flower in between all those now. I've got some of the foam showing. I'm just going to see if I can poke it under. There we go. See, I'm so tempted to get a rose now and plonk a rose in the middle of them all. Just humour me. Ah, says Janice. Is that as in good or as in, oh, Ruth, what are you like? See, look. I've got purple roses here. I'm going to put a purple rose in that. I need to do a feminine Friday. Well, most of my things are feminine. Look, see? Look, a little rose in there. I won't. Janice is watching. She'll tell me off. I'll be a good girl. I'll be a good girl. Most of, yeah, I feel a bit bad if I did Feminine Friday because most of the things are feminine. There goes the man card. I know, Sheena. I know. I can't help myself. I just can't help it. Mind you, there are a lot of male florists around. They don't like it. Bees on the yellow one. Yes. You could do bees on this one. Yeah, you're quite right. Okay, so while you're telling me which one is your favourite, I can glue these down. So this was number 1. This was 2. This was, no. Sorry. That was 2. And then we came back to it. That was 3. And that was 4. So there we go. Do you have Game On? No, I don't have that one. Yeah, it feels a little bit like, what was that film? Tron. It feels like a bit sort of retro gaming card. Well, it's handy for getting your fingers in to push the glue down. Look, you can get your finger in there and give it a really good press. Got a bit of glue on me. Right, let's move over to this one. The yellow and the copper. Oh, Anna has the game. Exactly. Thank you, Janice. Oh, a bit hard to get my hands on that one. But I just love how simply playing with the composition, you know, I fit 3 on there and just the 2 on here. It looks like a massive hashtag, that one. But you see, I quite like having that clear space. Now this embossed would be beautiful, although we don't have an embossing folder that wide. Just have to kind of put a bit in and then turn it around and put the next bit in. But, hi Amanda, you like 1 and 3. 1 and 3, okay. I don't know, that needs a base. Oh, I've got a base here. Got it out earlier. So there we go. Have a play with all your strips, everybody. And if you want it to look as sort of mathematical as these, you do have to make sure your strips are the same size. But do have a play with making them different sizes and see what happens. But I quite like the idea of, you know, the layering that up. Just the texture's just fab. There we go. Bit of a different one, but fun, really fun results. And I look forward to seeing what you guys create. Please do share anything you make on Artful Stampin' Space, if you've been inspired by one of my videos. See, that would look lovely with a little rose on there, wouldn't it? I would die cut long leaves to look like a vine. Yes, that would look lovely. The other thing you could play with is offsetting them, so having them go that way as well. But yeah, super architectural, just very, very, very different, but really good fun. Right, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. It's always great to have you let me know what you think. And you're a gold fan, says Linda. She likes the gold. Yeah. Now this could do with a little bit of silver. Oh no, that might go a bit too glimmery. I was thinking a bit of glimmer paper just down the middle of these ones. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Glenna, Linda, Amanda, Janice. A little bit of ivy, yeah. I could get the gold laser cut paper out, stick that on. Yeah. Right. I'll see you again soon, guys. Take care. Bye.